Well, it's another one for the loss column. Good news is, it is an overtime loss column. But still, it's a loss.
Ref had a good body check, though.
Yeah, he sure did. Someone better sign him to a team real quick, or else someone's gonna be mad. It might be me. It's probably gonna be me. It ain't easy being a Coyotes fan. And it ain't easy being a Coyotes fan living in Alberta. To the north of me are the Edmonton Oilers, and to the south of me are the Calgary Flames. And here I am, smack dab in the middle. So join me for Season 1 of the Albertan Coyotes Fan, where I talk about the Arizona Coyotes, the 23-24 Arizona Coyotes. Let's see if we make the playoffs this year. Stay howling. Go Yotes! Yotes lose 4-3 in overtime, which thank goodness it went to overtime, otherwise I'd be a bit more furious than I am right now. So we're just going to skip everything, we're going to get right into it. So we start out pretty strong. It does kind of slow down in the first period, but we do start out with something that I found kind of interesting. Now, I still haven't got quite figured out what player is what position. That'll come as I follow the team a bit more closely for video stuff other than just, oh look, hockey! So, Dermott is in the slot. He is a defenseman. He is in the slot, in the crease, trying to score off a rebound off of Keller's shot. Defensemen don't do that. But this defenseman did that. And it's incredible. I don't know what the Yotes are trying to do, but that's daring. That is very daring. And I love it. But the Coyotes go on an early penalty kill for holding, which I thought was hooking. But no, it was holding. And the Yotes are down a man. Wonderful! And of course, a goal is scored for the Ducks. Troy Terry shoots the puck. It goes in the back of the net over the left of Vejmelka. Rattles around inside, which they had the puck tracker, like the black line that kind of trails the puck. They had that, and I loved it. It was cool. I loved it. But the puck rings around the net a whole bunch, and 1-0. Early chances, guys. Get your early chances here. It's the Coyotes. Get your early goals. And then the comedy starts to kind of pick up in the game. There's a bit of, like, laugh moments. Like, there's one play where Johnson gets taken down. He's not happy about it. But the first thing that he looks at, they show the corner shot, the corner angle. He looks up right at the camera. He gives this really, really nasty stink eye. And right into the lens of the camera. He knew what he was doing. And then the Coyotes get a chance on the power play. One of the Coyotes players is tripped up. And very loudly, it could be heard throughout the arena, someone went, "Hey!" So if you've ever seen those Lego commercials, where it's like, oh, well, there is a man stuck in the river in Lego City. We need someone to build whatever this is, a boat or something. And then the guy goes, "Hey!" That's what it was. That is exactly what it was. But the Coyotes go on the power play. It turns into a 4-on-4, because of course it does. 4-on-4 ends. Ducks get the remainder of their power play. They manage to score. Game is now 2-0. But then the Coyotes, they get on the board. It is a tic-tac-toe sort of goal. It goes up into the slot on the left side. Not to the goaltenders. I am going to get this all backwards. But it goes Bukestad up to Moser, across to Kraus, who puts it in the back of the net, and we are laughing 1-2. We're laughing. But we're going to get into some good stuff, I promise. But before we get to the good stuff, let's get to some really bad stuff real quick. Those 2 goals for the Ducks, they were scored on 3 shots. And I don't know, I think I failed math in high school, I don't know. But I think 3 is a little bit less than, you know, like if you're supposed to divide 4 into 2 groups, that's easy. 2 here, 2 here. I gotta stop going off camera, but it's fine, we're fine. 2 here, 2 here. You take 3. You try and split them up evenly. It doesn't work. You get 1.5, which, you know, I'll try it like this, and 1.5. But instead, you can't have that in hockey. It's 2-1. Over half of their shots went in the net. What are we doing? What are we doing here? Why did we show up? Why are we playing in this game? I can tell you why. Because right after this realization for me, Logan Cooley gets his first NHL goal. He gets a pass. He finds a rush. He finds an opening. He does a little bit of just like a short stick move. Lifts the puck up. It goes up to the roof. And it's in the net. First NHL goal. It's all feel good. Yeah, we'll get to the rest of it. Yotes, which quite frankly is a player, like we all remember the playoffs last season. And that whole scene with Yotes yelling at Wool, the whole war cry. I didn't like him then. I didn't like him for that. I do not like him now. Yotes runs into Keller. And Durzi skates up to challenge Yotes. And there's coincidental penalties on this play. It goes to Yotes, which, yeah, it goes to Yotes. And Hayton. Why does it go to Hayton? Because he actually was the first to skate to Yotes after that hit and kind of rile him up. He doesn't even get to do much. He immediately gets thrown into a bit of a chokehold, and that's when Durzi skates in, the Superman of the game for now. Oh, but we are just getting started on the ref stuff. We get into the second period. The game is still tied, 2-2. And the Coyotes are looking slow. They're looking very slow, actually. From going from a really fast start to whatever slow start they had in the second, I don't know what the intention was. It might have just been fatigue from the first period. It was a very fast-paced first period, but they managed to pick it up, so it might have been, I don't know, some sort of idea from the coach. I'm not a psychic, unfortunately. I wish I were, but I'm not. I would have won the lottery a while ago. But puck goes into the zone. Coyote and Duck racing for the puck. It's supposed to be an icing. It is not apparently an icing. But wait, it is an icing that's just called really late after a Ducks player runs a Coyotes player hard into the boards. This is why icing is in place. If you can't make the proper call, oh my goodness, my hair's getting in the way. If you can't make the proper call when, you know, the puck is at the hash marks, which is when you are supposed to call, hey, this is icing, we don't want our players to get hurt, someone's going to get hurt. Luckily, no one got hurt, I don't think. Maybe. And then we get into some chaos that I might have to read off my laptop for because it's a mess. So, looking over here we go. The Ducks get a penalty. I forget what the penalty is for. I was too busy dealing with whatever else happened here. Because O'Brien gives a slash to Yotes, which you cannot do. Then somewhere else on the ice, like up at the point, unrelated to the goaltender stuff, a slash was made on a Coyotes player, adjacent, you know, to the goaltender situation. Everything going on there, it's all separate. And what is going on? Then a soft call is made. Basically, this whole penalty was just a bit of a shove-ish, I guess. So I guess I do have it written down. Look at me go. But the call was soft. We're the Coyotes. We need all the help that we can get, apparently. Take it. Take the free gift. Take it all. Because you're going to need it for later. And on the ensuing power play, we have chances there, very slim chances to go in the net. We don't actually end up getting a shot off, but I think it was, like, Clayton Keller had a few chances where he could have gone to the left side of the Ducks goaltender, and he didn't. I think he was just trying to play it carefully, and kudos to him, I guess, I think. But at the same time, throw the puck at the net because weird things happen. It's not exactly like a ball. You can't always predict the puck. Then the Ducks end up with another penalty for tripping. Toronto calls. The Situation Room in Toronto buzzes the horn. I'm wondering what in the world. I think everyone else is wondering what in the world. As far as I am aware as of right now, and I've asked this in a couple of different places, I haven't gotten answers yet, and I've got to make a video. I'm sorry. Toronto calls. And according to the broadcasters, it might have just been throw some more time on the clock. Now, I want you to keep in mind, and I'm totally about to go into conspiracy mode, just letting you know now. Everything you're about to hear is going to be stuff coming from basically tinfoil hat. Before Toronto calls, Arizona seemed to be getting the gifts. We were getting penalties that were rather soft being handed to us so that we could be on the power play. Things that we did that should have been penalties, quite frankly, were not being called. And even the Ducks announcers, they were kind of upset by that. But, sucks to be them. Toronto calls. And then we get into the rest of the game where it goes the other way around. So, I'm sorry. Conspiracy time. Get your tinfoil hats on. I'd make one, but just recently Steve made a video with a tinfoil hat, and I don't want to copy him that bad. Pizza box is close enough, right? Yeah, sure it is. So, Toronto calls. And immediately after, we get one more chance at being the beneficiary of a ref missed call. But then it all swings the other way. So, forgive me and my pizza box hat that isn't tinfoil in believing that maybe Toronto called and said, hey, you guys are giving too many penalties to the Ducks. Pull a Tim Peel. Pull a Tim Peel. Save your face now. And I'd like to make a quick disclaimer to say that's probably not what happened. But hey, it's fun. It kind of sucks that that's a possibility. That it's running through my head. Because ref integrity is amazing. Yep. But it's fun to speculate. And that instance I was talking about where we had one more kind of opportune chance came in our third goal, which put us up in the lead. Lawson Krause scores, but to kind of get the puck, he gave a cross-check to Yotes, which, good. Don't like the guy. Good. I say that with all the love to the Ducks. But yeah, he gives a bit of a cross-check and scores. And we are given that goal. And then everything turns. Everything changes a bit. And that will be our last goal of the game. Period 3 starts. I'm late to getting back to my TV. It's fine. We won't worry about it. I was only 40 seconds late. It's fine. But I did miss a penalty. And immediately after, we're on the penalty kill. And Kerfoot gets a rush. And to the Ducks goalie's credit, yeah, he stops it really well. And man, it would have been nice to have a shorty in this one, but we didn't get that. But, it's fine. We still got a point. We're fine. Then Carlson ends up scoring for the Ducks by deflecting the puck off of a shot by, I think it was Troy Terry. Troy Terry scored. Yeah, it was. Troy Terry scored 3 times in this game, and it was almost a fourth if Carlson hadn't put his stick up. He would have 4 goals, Terry. Carlson scores. That brings it up 3-3. And that'll ride out for the rest of the period. Trevor Zegras chops one of the Coyotes players, and even the broadcasters were like, oh yeah, that's a penalty. He's going off to the box. We don't score on the power play. Because of course we don't. We didn't score on 1 power play this game. It was all even strength, which is neat, but also, come on guys. Then there comes a situation where Vetrano ends up shoving Dursey into the boards. Hard, by the way. Dursey falls to the ground. Immediately he gets back up. And he begins wailing on Vetranov. And if you know the NHL rulebook, you know more than me. Because the Ducks announcers were saying, well, this Dursey has to be hauled off for instigation. And I thought, okay, well, that only happens in the last 5 minutes of the game. No, it doesn't. I had to look it up, but no, it doesn't. It just basically means, hey, if you start a fight where the other guy doesn't want to fight, yeah, you're going off to the box. That call doesn't happen. And, even if it did, I think it's a worthwhile penalty for the Coyotes to make here, specifically because what was that hit? What purpose did it serve other than intent to injure? And even after the fact, the faces that Vetranov was making was it was infuriating, which is probably working in their favor, but it was infuriating. And Dursey gets a game misconduct for not tying down his jersey. Basically, for those who don't know what that means, there's a strap on the back of the jersey that you kind of Who am I kidding? I don't know anything about this, so I'm going to pretend I do. Fake it till you make it. Act like you've been here before. That's the theme. There's a bit of a strap. Even some, if you go to Jersey City or Lids, you can get jersey. It's got a strap on the back. And as far as I know, it connects to the pants of the hockey player so that a jersey cannot be lifted over the head, because otherwise at that point you get a penalty of some description, which again, just like that whole situation, I think it was with Draisaitl during the Heritage Classic. I could be wrong. It was Draisaitl at some point. I think it was the Heritage Classic. Broken stick. You're playing at a disadvantage. You play the puck. Well, I know you're playing at a disadvantage, but you can't do that. You're going to the box. In the same right, this kid is a game misconduct because he didn't tie a jersey down. It goes over his head. He can't see to fight properly. So he gets hauled off for a disadvantage. And I get it's the rules. I'd have to look into why it's in place. It's probably in place for a reason. It's just absolutely hilarious. Yeah, so I have to make a quick note. I just remembered why the jersey over the head rule is in place, and it's because one player would do that to get an advantage in a fight. Basically, the other player is distracted with the jersey, so he gets full rights at this point to just beat the crap out of the other guy. I completely forgot about that. I feel if you are dumb enough to forget to tie your jersey down, you don't get a penalty on that. You should not get a penalty on that. The penalty is you look stupid. That's the penalty right there. You look stupid. And then one of the Ducks players pulls a Brad Marchand hip check. Coyote goes very hard over this Ducks player, and I'm seeing red. I am screaming at the TV. Because why is that? How is that legal? That's strictly tripping someone up, be it with your body or not. And I thought they made this move illegal a while ago because of Brad Marchand. I must be wrong. And a scoring chance is stopped. We don't end up with the scoring chance that we figured we were going to get. We get to overtime. And the first note I've got, a referee ended up getting in the way of a Coyotes player, and man, it was a good body check, but I don't think the ref is supposed to make body checks. Luckily, it doesn't result in anything, but ref, what are you doing? The Ducks do manage to score, putting the game home 4-3. The game ends. We go to commercial, and that's about where I turn the game off. But I'm just going to give you what I think the 3 stars sequence went. First star to the referee who made an excellent body check.
Second star to the Toronto Situation Room for screwing up the rest of the game.
Third star goes to Johnson's face. This game specifically, I know for another YouTuber who does something similar to what I do. In fact, he's been doing it way longer than I have. His team does this to him on a regular basis. For me, I luck out and I just have these weird games where it's just, what? So, the anger has washed away. And it's been replaced with this overwhelming sense of, this is comedy. This is just comedy. We could throw this into, I don't know. You throw a Goons. Is Goons 3 a thing? Is Goons 3 a thing?
No, it's not yet.
Oh, there isn't yet.
No, but they are trying to make one.
Right, okay. So call this Goons 3. Apparently there is going to be a Goons 3, but call this Goons 3. This is Goons 3 right here.
I should probably mention it's not plural.
Oh, it's not plural?
Nope.
Okay. Goon 3. We play the Montreal Canadiens tomorrow. It's going to be great. I'm hoping it goes a lot better than whatever game this was. The Ducks also have 12 points. Wow. We've got 9. We're doing great. I broke my rule already. I'm looking at my laptop, but it's fine. We have 9. We're 4th. We're 4th in the division. I'm quite proud of this. Okay. I might have to caveat that this is going to be an editing nightmare. So St. Louis has 7 points, but they're a game behind us. They might be able to kind of knock us out, but it's also St. Louis. I'm not putting a lot of stock in them. Not to mention, we also play St. Louis pretty quickly upcoming here. So that should be exciting. We tend to run their show, and it's awesome. I don't like Binnington either. I don't like Gudis. I don't like Binnington. So, with all of this chaos, speaking of chaos, I'm going to wrap this up real quick here, but I just want to say the chaos is over. I can't use that word anymore. The chaos is over. Arizona, the baseball team, the Diamondbacks, lost the World Series 4-1 in the series numbers. I think it ended 5-0 in the game. And, you know, I cheer for the Coyotes because of relations to people that I know close to where I live. It took me down the rabbit hole for cheering for all the other Arizona teams, save for football. I do not like football. I will never like football. Maybe. Stay howling. Go Yotes. We're back at it tomorrow. This is going to be a fun one. It's going to be great. Thank you for watching.